Welcome back, guys. Today we are working with Unitronic to bring you guys a video on how to tear apart the front end of your MK8 GTI and put an intercooler in it at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and change my clothes and we can go ahead and get started. I have no idea at all what I am doing, so let's break it together. Huge shout out to Unitronic for helping us out with this video, getting us this intercooler and freaking sweet tea, all black, just the way I like it. Anyways, we've already gone ahead, jacked the car up. We've taken the wheels off because I feel that's gonna make this process a hell of a lot easier. Go ahead, pull the box out of the way. And I've worked on a Mark 6 before. I've had a Mark 6. I've worked on a Mark 7 a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take all these brackets up top off, take this grill off, and then we'll move over to the wheel wells. We're going to have a bunch of T25s in here. We're going to pull those, and then probably pull the skid plate as well. It's attached to the front bumper, so I'm assuming that it's got to come off. If not, I will let you know, save you some work. The biggest difference between this and the Mark 6 is going to be all the different sensors. We got to watch out for these proximity sensors, parking sensors, front end collision sensors, whatever you want to call them. And then this guy right here on my Mark 8 is a light bar. So we'll have to make sure we don't pull that any, or it might not work. So, yep. That's a quick rundown and start the time lapse. So we've got the upper grill portion off along with the skid plate. If you can see down there, this is kind of tricky and kind of misleading. You really just pull on it just like a Mark 6, and you have to pull really hard. Like it really feels like you're about to break it. And I did end up popping a tab. Nothing that's going to be worrisome. On this side, on that end right there, did end up popping that off. That's going to be fine. Now we got to go ahead, take the rest of the front bumper off. Oh, be mindful as well, there are 3 different plugs, and these plugs, you have to pull these tabs out before you unclip them. All 3 of them have it. The small 2 are for the light bar, and this is actually for a sensor inside of the VW emblem. So don't pull that grill too hard and pop those out of place. Be gentle, but also don't be at the same time.
Well,
Ka-chow. Well, we've got like almost all of it taken apart, and I will say, I was just talking about this off camera, it wasn't really as bad as I had anticipated it. I haven't done this before on a GTI. The most experience with factory cars and intercoolers I have is the STI, which was super easy. It was on top. So quite a bit different. Definitely a learning experience, but it's been not really that bad. There is a lot of pieces, obviously, like look at the floor, but as far as it being difficult, I would give it a 2.5, 3 out of 5 stars. That's it. I will say a stupid design on Volkswagen's part that I just noticed is you have to pretty much almost get to this point to take the fenders off, because there's two bolts on each side that hold the headlight into the fender and the bumper bracket. So that's pretty stupid, but all in all, not bad. We're working on getting the crash bar out right now. Some of them have been pretty tight, some of them have not been. So we just gotta take it one step at a time. These are the ones that were under the headlights.
4 bolts?
And 4 bolts total.
On each side.
Probably want to get a jack to support this, and then unbolt it and bring it out. So we're almost there. It has gotten rougher after I said it wasn't that bad. Now it's a solid 3. Still not that bad, but a solid 3. If you look in there, these green clips, I broke one of them. You have to compress them from the outside in on both sides, and then you have 2 clips up top that are actually on the radiator, and then you pop both sides up, and now we're disconnected.
We're also using 2 jacks to support.
Yeah, we are supporting the radiator more or less because well, there's nothing holding it in right now. We gotta disconnect the AC condenser, slide it up off these tabs on the intercooler, and then we can go ahead and move our green clips over to the new intercooler, slide it back into place, get the condenser mounted up, and start trying to reassemble everything, which we'll do in the morning. I just want to get this out tonight, and then from there we can pick up, and hopefully putting it back together won't be as bad. Quick and painless. Well guys, finally got the old one out.
The comparison.
Yeah. So this one's about one length of my thumb. This one's probably 1.5, maybe 2.
That's gonna be interesting to slide in there.
But this is also all aluminum versus a stock plastic end tank. So this will be able to handle more abuse, and you won't have the risk of cracking over time the way that the plastic end tanks would. So now go ahead. Just look at that. I will say it's quite a bit heavier if that's something you were thinking about, but that looks a lot, wow, that is significantly heavier. Intercooler is in. Everything is pretty much back in place as far as the heat exchangers go. AC condenser, intercooler, radiator. We have our locking screw in the tab for the condenser. We got to push these green guys back in, and then this is all set, and we start putting everything back together. Quick tip on getting these green tabs back into place. If you have a trim tool or an ice pick of similar size, or even just a thicker screwdriver that can fit through those holes, that helps a lot in pulling these back through and getting them to clip back in. Well guys, mostly put back together, starting to look like a car again. We're gonna go ahead, grab the bumper, probably clean some of the rocks out of it real quick, throw that on, and hopefully get it fired up here in the next hour. There they went. The lights weren't shutting off. Mason opened the door and now it's good to go. But we're gonna go ahead, throw the bumper on, get this rolling. Very time consuming job. I was just talking about it. Not hard, just a lot of little pieces and lots of little Torx bits. good on that side? Almost. It's almost.
How flush was the...
Pretty fucked.
There's a little sticker.
Oh, they left our frickin' sticker. Dang, dude. Mason's going ahead, swapping out our plate frame for us. Unitronic was kind enough to send us a license plate frame, along with some air fresheners and other goodies. Go ahead and put those on. The car's done. We haven't started it yet, but we only had 4 Torx bits left over, so I'd say that's a dub for sure. Paisley, what do you think? How did you feel about the whole install process?
She went inside and played.
She actually got sick last night. You gonna tell them why you got sick?
What are they doing? Say hi.
You can't cover up the camera. Hi.
There you go.
So, start it up, make sure everything's good to go. And then I will do a couple runs and check intake temperatures, because that's going to be the biggest benefit to running this bigger intercooler, along with preventing heat soak. You have a bigger core, you have a bigger intercooler, you're going to be able to do more consistent runs more than with a stock small intercooler. You're going to get heat soaked pretty quick. Well guys, forgive the hat, STI hat. It is officially time for a first start since the intercooler. I need to open the garage door. I haven't started it yet. What I'm expecting is a bunch of lights from the car saying it's mad at me until I go drive it. Hopefully none of this needs like a recalibration. There we go. Yeah. And then I'm about to go for a rip ski, and I will let you know how intake temps do. I'll probably do a review of the intercooler overall, but for the moment, really, I want to watch my oil temperatures, see if it helps with that. I've heard that it does. That would be pretty cool. It gets pretty hot here during the summer in Utah. Nothing so far. Sick. Sweet, yeah, things would have popped up by now. Cool. I'm gonna go drive it. I'll get back to you guys and let you know how it goes. Well guys, we have driven the car and I've not had any other lights. I've not had check engine lights pull up. I think the intercooler install is a go. It's all been good. A little bit time consuming, little tedious, but not hard. From what other people have told me, I was expecting a little bit worse of a process to get that installed, and I'm glad I did it. At least for future modifications, it's there. It's already set. I've already done it. It'll be good for the life of this car, so I'm glad I got it done. Thank you again to Unitronic for sending that out and allowing us to show everybody how to install that. That was great. I love the product. It was great quality. I love the black finish, a nice sleek look to it, even though we won't be able to see it, at least not very often until we work on the car more. it does look really nice, and it's a lot more robust than the factory unit. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. I'll include intake temps in my, not next video, but the one after that. I'm going to do a review of all the Unitronic products that we will have put on the car, and how they work together and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, if you like seeing videos like this, go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye. Say bye.